So this sounds like a bit of a nightmare.
I pretty much, yeah. I want it to be over.
An Arizona election worker has admitted to wasting $200,000 of taxpayer money on fraud-proof ballot paper that they can't even use.
Whoopsie.
Cochise County Recorder David Stevens recently sat down with CNN's Donie O'Sullivan and admitted that this purchase of fraud-proof ballot paper was basically due to him buying into conspiracy theories about the election, and now he has some regrets.
Ballot paper. People have concerns about that.
There were concerns, yes.
And what were those concerns?
That people were making their own ballots and then interjecting them into the system. They were coming from foreign countries. Maybe we can make our paper more secure so we would know quicker or easier if it really is a valid Arizona ballot or if it is not.
Do you personally believe the bamboo paper thing?
I don't know much about it, other than they think it came from wherever.
A missed deadline and other bureaucratic snafus has put a halt to the so-called secure paper experiment.
So, I mean, it's essentially $200,000 gone to waste.
A little less than that, but yeah.
So this sounds like a bit of a nightmare.
I pretty much, yeah. I want it to be over.
There were concerns of people making their own ballots and interjecting them into the system, and that they were coming from foreign countries. What concerns? From who? Like the random person online? I mean, or the, of course, the Kraken lady.
In Venezuela.
There's that, where she got, by the way, where Sidney Powell got her election information was from a woman who claimed that she had been internally decapitated and that she was able to see this in a vision, okay? That, again, a vision of Hugo Chavez machines being used to cheat Donald Trump out of the election. This is, again, it was a vision quest or something. That's where she got her information. She got emailed by this lady, Sidney Powell did, and she saw that story and was like, seems legit. This is definitely something I'm going to not only follow up on, I'm going to stake my entire reputation on being true. Okay, this is the level of delusion that we're looking at here. And then you got this guy in Arizona, this election worker in Cochise County, going, you know what? People have these concerns about bamboo ballots. I don't know. I don't really know much about it, but you know what? I'm going to waste $200,000 of taxpayer money, you know, trying to protect against this thing that we have no proof is actually happening. But, you know, people have concerns. Right. They never had a problem with ballot paper in that county. Not at all. But again, the whole conspiracy theory about, bamboo ballots, that's where they got it from. Now, I'm going to give you a quote here from a Democrat who runs Audit USA. This is a nonprofit focused on election fairness. This was back in an interview to a local news outlet back in 2021. He said, quote, there are accusations that 40,000 ballots were flown into Arizona, and it was stuffed into the box. And it came from the southeast part of the world, Asia, okay? And what they're doing is to find out if there's bamboo in the paper. That's what they were doing. Now, Brakey's like, I don't believe in this. This is nonsense. But said, I'm going to look into it anyway for the state of Arizona so that we can ungaslight people about it. And make yourself a few bucks in the meantime, right? Because that's, again, what they're doing here. Now, the official state audit, by the way, used UV lights and 5K lights to search for bamboo fibers in the paper. Searching for bamboo. Because somehow bamboo automatically equals China. Or, you know, China could use normal paper, because they do. But no, it's uniquely frustrating because of how just ignorant and racist the entire conspiracy theory is. Like, obviously it comes from China. It has to be made from bamboo. No. How ignorant is that? But anyway, they looked into it. Guess what they found? Nothing. Yeah, that's right. Nothing. But this entire thing was pushed by people like former Senate President Karen Fann, who not only had them look for bamboo ballots, but apparently was chasing some South Korean plane filled with alleged Biden ballots, as well as chasing after Sharpies that were allegedly spoiling Trump ballots. Oh, Sharpie! And two Sharpie! Because Trump famously, of course, used Sharpies to, redraw the where the hurricane was going to go, the trajectory of it, and just loved doing that in his staff meetings. But look, these conspiracy theories, this is what led to Arizona wasting taxpayer money on nonsense. These are the types of conspiracies. As Democratic Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes told O'Sullivan, the economic costs of the conspiracy theories in Arizona are in real dollars. Now the paper that was purchased by this one county, based on these conspiracy theories, that is absolutely useless. This is taxpayer dollars down the drain, based on lies. And there you have it. I mean, this is only one of the costs that are associated with these nonsense conspiracy theories, right? There are others that are far more substantial than wasted taxpayer money. Families get ripped apart by these things, okay? You end up having neighbors, people, and communities that don't trust each other anymore as a result of this. And of course, you also have diminished trust in the electoral system, which leads to people lobbing just, nonsense, ungrounded, accusations at each other of fraud this, fraud that, and nobody trusts each other anymore, and you can't have a society where there's no trust at all in each other or in the systems. And that's unfortunately where the far-right MAGA movement has put a lot of these communities into, where they just don't trust in each other anymore. And it's sad to say that most of this is based on one man's refusal to admit that he was beaten in an election.